Winning numbers for Take 5 next on Eyewitness News. This is the news leader, ABC-7 Eyewitness News.
The gunman who walked into a local high school and started shooting tonight is still on the loose. And a doctor who still makes house calls. And now he's teaching other doctors to do the same. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Ritter.
And I'm Diana Williams. We begin with a search for a high school shooter. 2 students are in the hospital recovering tonight from gunshot wounds after they were shot at Martin Luther King High School earlier today. At one point, police thought they had a suspect, but tonight they say the shooter is still on the loose. Sandra Bookman has more. She's live tonight from outside Martin Luther King High School. Sandra?
Diana, as you indicated, the student arrested earlier, the teenager arrested, was arrested on completely different charges, had no connection to this incident whatsoever. And at this hour, police are being extremely tight-lipped about exactly who it is they are looking for. Here is what we do know. Authorities are now backing away from earlier suggestions that this incident might have been gang-related. They now say it appears a dispute over a girl likely triggered this shooting. The darkened quiet outside Martin Luther King High School tonight gave away little evidence of the violence that had transpired inside the building earlier in the day. Emergency crews raced wounded students out as police officers raced in. Frantic efforts triggered when gunshots replaced the afternoon bell.
I heard 2 gunshots and I dug down on the floor. Then the cops came through the door and he told me to get out. I ran through the side door, got out.
His name was Andre. That's what I know.
The guy in the ambulance.
Yeah, I know him, but the other dude, I didn't know him.
Policemen in SWAT gear stalked the hallways, guns drawn, looking for a suspect and a weapon floor by floor.
The gun was found on the 5th floor while we were doing his searches.
Students ordered to remain in classrooms while the search continued were finally allowed to leave, but questions still swirled. Chief among them, how could someone with a gun get past school metal detectors?
Even though security is tight, it's just that people still can get inside the doors because side doors are not locked.
I've been teaching here for 25 years, and it's really a really wonderful home for me. And I do feel, though, that certain conditions are deteriorating.
Security is an issue in this school. I'm aware of it, and we've been working on it.
Tonight, the wounded students are in stable condition at St. Vincent's Hospital. A 17-year-old with a gunshot wound to the shoulder, a 15-year-old wounded in the buttocks. His father still stunned.
And we sent our son to Martin Luther King thinking we're getting him away from that. And he winds up being, you know, another kid shot in a school.
Now, the victims are identified as 15-year-old Andre Wilkins and 17-year-old Andrell Napper. Again, no word on whether or not the shooter was or might have been at one point a student here at MLK High School. As for the weapon, police describe it as a .380 caliber handgun. As for school tomorrow, administrators say it will open on time. Extra counselors and police officers will be on hand. We're live tonight at Martin Luther King High School on the Upper West Side. I'm Sandra Bookman, ABC-7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sandra. Union County prosecutors say they will seek to try as adults the 5 New Jersey teenagers accused of kidnapping and sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl. Prosecutors have asked a judge to charge the boys as adults because of the brutal and vicious nature of the crime. The alleged assault took place inside and outside Park Middle School in Scotch Plains 2 weeks ago. The attackers are 14 to 17 years old. If convicted as adults, some of them could get life in prison.
Now to the war on terror. The Justice Department tonight bringing criminal charges against American-turned-Taliban John Walker Lynn. He faces life in prison. The charges that he conspired to kill American citizens and give material support to terrorists. The decision to bring criminal charges the subject of weeks of backroom debate at the White House. Jim Dolan has the story. He is at the map for us. Jim?
Bill, what was issued against John Walker Lynn today is a scathing, damning indictment. It says, among other things, that Walker knew back in June that Osama bin Laden was sending men to the United States on a massive suicide mission. And after September 11th, he knew that bin Laden was responsible for it. He knew it all, and still he eagerly fought shoulder to shoulder with al-Qaeda. The Attorney General said John Walker Lynn made conscious decisions to support Osama bin Laden and to oppose the United States.
Terrorists did not compel John Walker Lynn to join them.
John Walker Lynn chose terrorists.
Indeed, he did. According to the indictment, at least, Walker chose to train in a camp paid for and often visited by Osama bin Laden.
On one of these occasions, Walker met personally with bin Laden, who, quote, according to Walker, thanked him for taking part in jihad.
Well, it is for taking part in jihad against America that John Walker Lynn was indicted today, charged with conspiracy to kill American nationals overseas, 2 counts of providing material support for terrorists, and engaging in prohibited transactions with the Taliban. The charges do not carry the death penalty, but if Walker is convicted on all counts, he could get life in prison. Walker was read his Miranda warnings, but agreed to talk and declined an attorney. But his parents hired one anyway, and that lawyer is furious the government interrogated Walker. Despite repeated efforts by his family and his counsel to see him, that lawyer said today in a statement, John has not been given access to a lawyer. He has not even been informed that his parents have retained lawyers who are working on his behalf.
You know there's going to be a battle royal over the admissibility of those statements.
Ashcroft says Walker has known exactly what he was doing all along.
Walker told U.S. officials that he was aware of the attacks of September the 11th and that Osama bin Laden had ordered the attacks. But even after September the 11th, with full knowledge of the thousands dead in the United States and al-Qaeda's responsibility for those deaths, the complaint states that Walker continued to fight for the Taliban against American interests.
Walker will be transferred from the U.S. military to the Justice Department later this week, and he will be tried in federal court in Virginia. Some have said that his age, just 20 years old, should be considered in his prosecution, but the Attorney General disagrees. Youth, he said today, is not absolution for treachery. Bill?
Jim, thank you. There is a local development on the war on terror. The Associated Press tonight reporting that New York Police Commissioner Ray Kelly tomorrow will name a former Marine Lieutenant General to the new post of Deputy Commissioner for Counterterrorism. His name is Ray LaBeauty. He is a Long Island native, and he most recently worked with Homeland Security Chief Tom Ridge as his Assistant Secretary of Defense.
More controversy tonight over the stadium deal that Rudy Giuliani negotiated in his final days. It turns out that the deal includes an escape clause that allows the Mets and Yankees to break their leases. Mayor Bloomberg says he was briefed on the deal to build new stadiums for the Mets and Yankees, but no one ever mentioned the escape clause or another amendment which allows the Mets to not pay the city for some revenue. Bloomberg downplayed it, saying the amendments are not major.
Tonight on Long Island, state regulators doing what officials of the Roosevelt School District refusing to do themselves, cutting the budget. The district, which is drenched in red ink, saw its budget cut tonight by a state monitoring board by nearly $3 million. Lucy Yang has the story. She's in Roosevelt for us tonight. Lucy?
Bill, the Budget Act has fallen and fallen hard on this community, even though plenty of parents came out to denounce the cuts as too draconian or even racist in nature. In the end, the school district is going to have to swallow a bitter financial pill to get its books in order.
And the bottom line is money.
Or the lack thereof in the Roosevelt School District. For the last few years, this Nassau County community has been spending millions more than they have. So the state commissioned this 5-man team to slash the budget. With an estimated $2.8 million deficit for this year alone, the state review panel announced its difficult decision tonight. Among the tough cuts, they will not fill vacancies for 11 teachers and the middle school principal. They will eliminate the teenage pregnancy program and security services. There's still another $7 million owed from years past, but the panel is hoping to capitalize that debt and pay it off over time. Richard Cate is the Chief Operating Officer for the State Department of Education.
It's extremely difficult. No one wants to lay off people to deal with these types of issues.
As you can imagine, parents were outraged.
I'm very disappointed that the state could not find another way to take care of the children of Roosevelt without decimating our district and decimating the chances for our children to have a quality education.
Roosevelt is home to 3,300 students. It is a poor minority community with its upper schools already in poor academic shape. Now, on top of all that, they are about to face fewer teachers and fewer services. This honors student, who is also senior class president, had one question.
Is Roosevelt going to get any better, or are you just coming in here to make the cuts?
Well, anytime you cut a budget like this, it's going to reduce the quality of education. You can't not have an impact when you eliminate funds from a school program.
Now, if it's any consolation, the kindergarten program was not eliminated, as many had feared it might be. And as for the threat of a state takeover, that is a separate issue for Albany to decide. This district must still prove it can increase test scores and put together an austere budget without outside help. We're live in Roosevelt, Long Island tonight. Lucy Yang, ABC 7. Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Lucy. In New Jersey, Governor Jim McGreevey is getting ready to tackle some tough money problems. The 44-year-old Democrat took the oath of office today. He then walked through downtown Trenton, leading a parade to the State House. During his inaugural address, the new governor outlined security and education as top priorities, and he said New Jersey must live within its means. New Jersey faces a huge budget deficit. The governor also made it clear he will change the way business is done in the state.
Jersey cannot continue to borrow and spend without any regard for the consequences. The days of irresponsible borrowing and runaway spending are over.
McGreevey also promised not to raise taxes this year despite the budget shortfall. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
America's top critics are calling Nicole Kidman's performance in The Others the best of her career.
There is something in this house, a presence.
The New York Times raves it's her most emotionally layered performance to date. The Los Angeles Times calls her pitch perfect. Entertainment Weekly exclaims, Nicole Kidman is at her best. She is Oscar worthy, and now she's the Golden Globe nominee for Best Actress for The Others. Rated PG-13, now playing.
Something wicked is coming your way. An ABC world premiere event, Stephen King's Rose Red. Now, if you dare, enter the Wicked Weekend Sweepstakes. You could win the revealing new book inspired by the movie, or a trip to the castle in Washington State where Rose Red was filmed. Brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep dealers. Follow Jeep7online.com for details and uncover the secrets of Rose Red. Sunday, January 27th on ABC 7, presented by your Tri-State Jeep dealers.
It's the biggest fire department controversy since the attempt to reduce the number of firefighters at Ground Zero. Now the battle is over a statue and the faces it will depict. Rob Hanrahan has more.
I think it's a mistake. You know, who knows why they decided to do it.
New York City firefighter Steve Cassidy is talking about the photographs seen around the world and the statue planned as a memorial. The picture was snapped by Tom Franklin of the Record of Bergen County. The statue is a close representation, but the three faces have been changed to Hispanic, black, and white firefighters. Cassidy says changing the picture changes history.
If they want to have a racially inclusive sculpture, and I think that's a great idea, then they should get an artist to design one, but not based on a real snapshot. You shouldn't take a real picture and change it. You can't rewrite history, and that's what this petition is about.
Cassidy sent the petitions to firehouses throughout the city. Tonight, new Fire Commissioner Nicholas Scopetta said Cassidy's petition is democracy in action, but hopes some compromise will come out of it.
I hope when all is said and done, we're going to end up with something that satisfies at least the vast majority of all the people who want a memorial.
Cassidy plans to turn in his petitions to the mayor's office at the end of the month. Rob Hanrahan, ABC 7, Eyewitness News.
Coming up next, Sam has your weather forecast and teaching a lesson from years gone by to the doctors of tomorrow.
Over 125 critics agree In the Bedroom is one of the year's best pictures. The New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and the Los Angeles film critics all say it's the best film of the year. Winner, Best Director, Todd Field, and Best Screenplay. Winner, Best Actress, Sissy Spacek. Winner, Best Actor, Tom Wilkinson. Winner, Best Supporting Actress, Marissa Tomei. And now, it's a Golden Globe Award nominee. Best Picture of the Year. In the Bedroom, rated R, now playing everywhere.
At Mickey D's, the smiles are bigger than ever. Here's why.
Right now at McDonald's, get a big, delicious double cheeseburger for just $1. Or how about our tasty, one-of-a-kind McChicken sandwich? It's also just $1. They're both on our Mickey D's Dollar menu. A double cheeseburger, a McChicken sandwich, and lots more. All just $1 each. Every day on the Mickey D's Dollar menu.
So come on in. We're all waiting for you. We love to see you smile.
I'm Jason Seymour. This is my home. If I make smart moves here, my dreams can come true. This is my new home. YST Foxtons made this dream come true. When they sold my house, it saved me thousands of dollars.
YHD Foxtons, first in New Jersey, now in New York. Saving homeowners millions with our 2% commissions. Dial 1-800, call YHD.
2% real estate commissions. Now that's smart.
Real estate smart.
Give us a call.
Right now, get out there and get in a new Ford, because your local Ford store is with great deals at America's #1 choice. Now take up to $2,500 cash back or 0% financing on select Fords. That's $2,500 cash back or 0%. The right deal, the right time, right now. Because we're with the best deals at America's #1 choice.
The most music with less talk. 106.7 Lite FM. Have you seen Ariane? ABC-7 urges you to protect our children.
Tonight you're going to meet a doctor who is something of a throwback, as my kids would say, to the olden days. This doctor makes house calls, but what he does inside the house goes far beyond what any doctor did in the olden days. Here's Art McFarlane.
Scanners, Dr. Howard. Dr. David Howarth says he enjoys visiting patients in their homes. He also thinks this kind of relationship with patients is important.
It gives us a chance to look into the environment and see if people have any functional disabilities, whether they can get around.
But Dr. Howarth goes beyond that. With the patient's permission, he checks the medicine cabinet to make sure medication is up to date. He checks the refrigerator to make sure there's enough nutritious food in the house. And 88-year-old Ellen Capers appreciates the attention to detail.
He's not just a doctor. He's a friend and a son and a member of my family. That's how it feels to me.
With a specialty in geriatrics and family medicine, Dr. Howarth is also an associate professor at St. Peter's University Hospital, where by teaching his approach to medicine, young residents have a chance to realize the ideals that led some to medical school.
I think it just comes from the need to help people, and I know it sounds cliche and you hear it all the time, but really I think that's what it comes down to, feeling that you're doing something so useful.
Dr. Howarth and his students agree that bedside manner and a personal touch are not only a question of style or choice, but they're also valuable tools in treating their patients. And this approach to practicing medicine is not limited to Dr. Howarth and his students.
A lot of the research over the past 10 or 15 years has indicated the importance of developing that type of relationships with your patients. It has to do with the ability to get them to be compliant, to do the things that are necessary to make them healthy.
It make me feel better because I knew you could do the right thing.
In New Brunswick, Art McFarlane, ABC-7 Eyewitness News.
Good for him.
Yeah, Sam's here now with the weather, and good for the weather, too. It's looking good, right?
Very nice. We've got one little batch of moisture that Thursday morning is looking interesting. We'll talk about that. Let you in on all the hidden secrets behind it when we walk over to the wall. Yeah, there are one or two. We'll walk over with this sky shot from Astoria looking into the city. Empire and Chrysler Building all lit up tonight, and the skies still have one or two clouds. We don't think there'll be a big deal overnight tonight. We're still breaking into mostly clearing skies within the next few hours. Looking at about 42 degrees outside, relative humidity of 53%, the barometer steady at this point. We've had a gusty wind at points during the day, and now it's west anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, 50 degrees, the warm number on this day. Currently 32, 39 degrees, Hudson Valley, looking at 42, 43 degrees right through the middle of the region, and looking back on the warmest number so far today, 20 degrees. Yeah, that's as cool as we've managed to get so far this winter season. And in other winter seasons, we've had anywhere from 14 to 9 degrees by this time, so we're running a bit warmer than normal. High pressure right through the middle of the region and some clouds back off to the west. Now, we're watching a system maybe coming out of the Rockies by early Thursday morning. It doesn't have a whole lot of moisture, but by the temperatures Wednesday night into Thursday morning dropping with this colder pattern of air dropping right down in through the Hudson Valley, we think there may be a little light coating of some light snow, particularly on grassy surfaces Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, just on your drive time in. We're going to watch that very carefully to see if that actually comes true. But right now, overnight, No big issues with this moisture that's moving back off to the west. All drying just as expected as it starts to move on toward the east. And these light flurries shouldn't amount to anything. We're on the southern edge of that system, so the clearing pattern continues throughout the night, and high pressure settles in tomorrow. It's bright and breezy tomorrow. Breezy, not windy, looking at about a 42-degree high temperature. No big deal on the cooler air dropping in right away, but 24 to 27 degrees overnight tonight, and by the time we're at the weekend, we're right back to normal temperatures, 38 degrees for the high temperature. Breezy, let's go to the forecast. We'll show you exactly what it looks like. Out there, mostly sunny, cold and windy, 34 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning, and for the rest of the day, 42 degrees, sunny skies, nice day tomorrow. Accurate with a 5-day plan, we're offering up maybe a light flurry late Thursday night or late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, but then the sky's clear and it turns into a very nice day, and we'll watch that for you carefully just to see if that does develop over the Rockies.
Okay. Thanks,
Earl, the cameraman, left you a little present there.
What's that?
Sam's Choice.
Giving the producer a heart attack.
Coming up next, Life After City Hall for Rudy Giuliani.
We'll be right back.
Saturday at 7, meet some of the unsung heroes of 9/11, whose bravery, sacrifice, courage, and strength is a shining example of the human spirit. Operation 7, Save a Life. Saturday at 7.
This is Doug McDonald. Doug is a normal, healthy man. But there's something different about Doug. There's something that's on his mind. And the sooner Doug deals with it, the better off he'll be.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Thanks for all your help. It's my job. Wow.
Honey, can we start now?
Yes. Yes, we can.
We know how you feel, and that's why we're here. Circuit City. We're with you.
Sweetie.
Yeah, just put that anywhere.
Closed captioning provided by your Lexus dealers.
He had the perfect life.
I missed you so.
Until his best friend framed him. No! January 25th.
There will be justice.
Count on revenge. The Count of Monte Cristo. Rated PG-13. Starts January 25th.
Gotta make it better.
Hey, how does Sam Breakstone make his cottage doubles even better?
Berries! That's it!
Introducing 2 Breakstone's cottage doubles. Blueberry and raspberry.
I'm a genius!
Tonight, the accountants for the bankrupt Enron Corporation once again coming under fire. Enron's accounting firm, Arthur Andersen, one of the biggest and most respected in the country, has terminated one of its senior auditors for destroying documents requested by the SEC. The commission has been investigating Andersen's role in Enron's complex accounting. Last month, Enron filed for bankruptcy, the largest in history. Thousands of workers lost their life savings.
The drug giant Pfizer has a plan that could save eligible seniors thousands of dollars. The company manufactures medications like Lipitor and high cholesterol and Zoloft for depression. The company is offering a $15 prescription program. To be eligible, you must be 65 years or older and on Medicare. Your gross income must be below $18,000 or have a joint income below $24,000. And you must have no other prescription coverage. To learn more about the plan, check out our website at 7online.com. Rudy Giuliani's post-mayoral career is now underway, and he has formed a partnership with a major firm. Former Mayor Giuliani announced an alliance with Ernst & Young, and together they will advise other companies on how best to run and improve their businesses. Many of the executives in Giuliani's company worked in his administration.
Scott Clark is up next for sports.
Well, you know, the Mets had shown interest in Gary Sheffield, but couldn't pull off a deal. Coming up on Eyewitness News, the Mets learn they'll have to face Sheffield a bunch now as a Brave. Plus, on the ice, Scott Gomez puts on his dancing shoes against Tampa Bay. Next.
Gomez comes back in, got it to Nemchin, off to Gomez, doing it, score!
And for those of you holding New Jersey numbers, let's take a look at your winning numbers. There they are. And now tonight's drawing of Take 5.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Kim Beattie. Welcome to Tuesday, January 15th, Take 5 drawing, being observed by an auditor from KPMG. There was one first prize winning ticket in last night's Take 5 drawing. The ticket, worth over $111,000, was from Shenango County. Tomorrow's lotto jackpot is $24 million. Tonight's winning Take 5 numbers are 7, 2, 3, 38, and 25. Making tonight's winning Take 5 results 7, 2, 3, 38, and 25. Thanks, New York. We'll see you tomorrow.
Josh Hartnett talks about his new film, Black Hawk Down, and Patrick Swayze, next live.
Tomorrow morning at 9.
On ABC-7.
The Eyewitness News Investigative Unit has a toll-free tip line.
If you have any newsworthy information, please call 1-877-TIP-NEWS.
That's 1-877-847-6397.
Your call will remain confidential.
I'm an actress, but this is a true story. A year ago, I was in a commercial for CT screening. They do body scans and evaluate your health with this incredible computer. After the shoot, one of the radiologists suggested that I have a scan, and I thought, why not? It was really easy. It just took a few minutes, and he showed me that I had an abnormal mass on my ovary.
CT Screening International, now open in Paramus, West Orange, and the Upper West Side.
That scan may have saved my life. You should get one now.
ABC-7 Eyewitness News.
Think it? Do it. With Dodge Durango SXT. V8 power at a price no other SUV can touch. Kickin' CD sound system, big wheels and tires, and roof rack. All for around $25,000. Better get it in gear. Grab Dodge's 7-100 powertrain pledge, plus $1,500 cash allowance or low financing. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match this.
Time, Newsweek, Rolling Stone, USA Today, and over 100 critics agree Amelie is one of the year's best pictures. And now it's the winner of 4 European Film Awards, including Best Picture of the Year. Believe in the magic of Amelie. Rated R, now playing.
Tomorrow morning at 5, we'll have all your overnight breaking stories, plus national headlines from ABC News.
Watch Eyewitness News this morning, tomorrow morning, only on ABC-7.
Another power hitter gets gobbled up.
Well, get used to slugger Gary Sheffield in a Braves uniform now. When baseball gets underway again, the Braves gave up outfielder Brian Jordan, pitcher Odalis Perez, and a minor league pitcher to get him. But the Braves have one powerful 3-4-5 punch in their lineup now as Sheffield joins the Joneses, Chipper and Andrew. Last year, Sheffield slammed 36 homers, batted .311, knocked in 100 runs before wearing out his welcome as a Dodger. But the good greetings, Matt, is out in Atlanta now.
Many people in our organization and many people in baseball think he's the most productive right-handed hitter in the National League and maybe all of baseball. So we're happy to add a bat like that to our lineup.
Hockey tonight, the Islanders poised to create some space with the Rangers. Both teams have 51 points, but the Isles have 3 games in hand as they get into the face of the Flames tonight in Calgary. It's been a good night for Adrian Aucoin. Here winding up for the slap shot, he beats Roman Turek. Aucoin with 2 goals. Right now it's 2-1 Islanders in the 3rd period. At the Meadowlands tonight, another head-shaking performance by the Devils as Larry Robinson's crew continues to struggle. Watch behind the net. Martin Brodeur tries to clear the puck, sent it right to Vincent Lecavalier. Burn, Brodeur, burn. 4-2 Tampa Bay. But the Devils put on a surge behind Scott Gomez. Look, it's all the right moves. Then to Sergei Nemchinov, to Patrick Eliash, and just like that, the Devils came back to tie it at 4 and send it into overtime. There, Zdeno Seger capped the hat-trick night with this game winner. Lightning strikes for a 5-4 victory over the Devils in overtime. Good night. Football. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers finally admitted the worst-kept secret in the NFL, that they are indeed talking with Bill Parcells about their head coaching job after firing Tony Dungy. Meanwhile, today, Redskins owner Daniel Snyder introduced his new yes man, head football coach Steve Spurrier.
I'm in complete agreement with the way Dan Snyder wants to run this team. We're going to have a general manager that's going to handle his part. Hopefully I can handle the coaching part. And if there's ever a disagreement, Mr. Snyder will make the call.
Told you. Yes, man. Both the Knicks and the Nets have the night off, so how about a career performance in Philadelphia tonight? There's the question. Here's the answer. It lies in the answer. Allen Iverson. The Sixers hosting the Rockets, and Iverson steals away. You know, last night, Kobe Bryant scored 56 points in 3 quarters. Tonight, it took an overtime for Iverson, but he bettered that number. Iverson finishes with a career-high 58 points and the highest NBA total in nearly 2 years. That in a 112-106 overtime victory for Philly. Finally, at the Australian Open, more upendings down under. Third-seeded Andre Agassi didn't even make it to the first round due to injury. Then yesterday, second-seeded Gustavo Kuerten lost in the opening round. Today in Melbourne, it's already tomorrow there, you know. Top-seeded Leighton Hewitt had multiple problems, still recovering from a bout with chicken pox. Fell short against Alberto Martin of Spain, 1-6, 6-1, 6-4, 7-6. Hewitt becomes the first men's top seed in 12 years to lose an opening round Grand Slam match. All top 3 seeds gone at the Aussie Open. I'm Scott Clark. That's it for sports.
That hurts.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Yes, big time. We'll be right back after this.
And New York continues to rebound.
New York's starting to come back, but I'm still worried. Our schools still aren't getting the help they need. Now the stakes are higher than ever. And our children need the best possible teachers. Teachers who will teach the basics, keep our kids safe, and prepare them for a more complex world. We can't afford to fail our kids. We've got to attract good teachers, and we've got to keep them.
Yes, go get some fruit.
Thank you for calling Verizon. My name is Jackie. How may I help you? You know, my family can really talk. Can't you hear? You know, I really like to stay in control of everything. The local package from Verizon can help make your life a little easier.
Call 1-866-332-7682 now. One low monthly rate gives you all the services you need.
He was not talking to you. He was so...
Sign up and get great savings, plus unlimited local calling.
I have friends out in LA. My dad lives in Florida. You know, I like to keep in touch with everyone.
Well, that's easy to take care of.
Now you can get unlimited local service combined with our most popular services, like caller ID, call waiting, and 3-way calling. Get great savings, plus qualify for great rates on long distance.
Sounds like the plan for me.
The sooner you call, the sooner we can put it all together for you.
Call 1-866-332-7682 now to sign up for the local package.
Verizon.
Open the gate, you moron!
On February 8th,
You're all fired!
Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes are taking down...
It's payback time.
...the meanest man around.
Color dye?
Do you really think it's gonna work?
We're moving into phase 3.
Back off, man!
Big Fat Liar.
They told me to pick up a little blue car. They didn't say anything about a little blue man.
Rated PG. At theaters Friday, February 8th.
Excuse me, ma'am. You can't be up there. Can you come down, please?
The new Mohegan Sun. Come play.
The first FDNY Fire Safety Education Fund auction held tonight in Midtown. Autographed items from the sports and entertainment figures on the block. Dan Aykroyd, one of the auctioneers. The auction will benefit public awareness programs about fire safety and prevention.
Very good cause. There's Bill Ritter along with the new fire commissioner, Nicholas Capetta, and the former fire commissioner, Thomas Von Essen. We should also give you a reminder, Bill is hosting a special this Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Fire safety and prevention is the focus. It is very important information, and people should watch just because this is the time of year, too, when fires happen.
7 o'clock.
Yep.
That's it for us for now. I'm Bill Ritter.
Nightline's coming up next, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.
January 15th, 2002.
The president's campaign took his money.
I have never discussed with Mr. Lay the financial problems of the company.
Essentially, the president said,
I did not have political relations with that man.
All right, given the obvious...
The Washington press corps took the bait.
When did the president learn of the financial straits of Enron?
Mr. Lake called Mr. Evans the same day as he told Secretary O'Neill.
So it sounds like he was asking for a bailout.
And the stockholders took the fall.
It went from being a respected company to being a dog in a span of about 6 weeks.
Tonight, taking care of business, the fall of Enron.
From ABC News, this is Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ted Koppel.
Last year, around